everyone. Thanks for watching. I'm here with David Martinez today, and we're going to learn a little bit more about David. So to get started, David, can you tell us some of your earliest memories of music?
From when I was a kid, like I say, like my mom says I came out of the womb like being a musical person. It was like, but my mom and dad and my grandmother listened to music, and it was just a lot of stuff that I've done over the years. So it was I say back to like when I was 1 or 2.
Was there a particular moment that you decided you wanted to pursue music as a career?
It was around 2006. I had been doing the open mics with at this place called the Executive Surf Club here in Corpus Christi, Texas, and became friends with a guy who's on Lady Lake now named Jimmy Wilden. He's a local guy, and one time in 2006 we just decided, let's get on the road, and that was the germ that I needed right there in order to wanting to know that I wanted to do music. Then I met Leroy Miller when we hit Los Angeles to play the Cat Club, and that's when I knew I wanted to record a record and become a recording artist and a touring artist. And that was, I say, about 2007 is when I decided I want to make this a career. I have another career, but music was one thing that I always wanted to do. It's kind of a fearful thing though. A lot of people are scared to do it, because you have to invest so much time, money, and energy. But I just said, to heck with it. And I've been doing it since then at this level.
David, are your songs usually based on personal experiences?
As far as personal goes, yeah, a lot of songs have to do with personal. A lot of songs have to do with relationships and things like that. I can name, a few things, give you a couple of examples. Song Sweet Sister that I wrote about my best friend when she was in a car accident, and Pete Doctor said she was going to live, and she ended up making it, and that was based on a personal experience. The Other Side on my first record was also about me, what was on tour, and that's when you asked the question earlier, when I decided to do this thing full time and take it to the next level. I was on the tour. It was like I went from this side of music to the other side of music, and that's where I came up with that. And then one more example is a song like Coming Home on my current album, One More Time. That song was about, I was in LA for 6 weeks recording the first record, and basically I wrote the idea, I'm coming home, I'll be back again. And I went back and recorded the second record there as well.
Can you tell us about your album, One More Time?
Yeah, well, One More Time was, it was just I had already, played the first album out, and I had a few tracks that I wanted to record. I had Hey Mary that I recorded in 2010 in Nashville when Leroy Miller was living in Nashville. But I told Cindy, I said, well, I think this would be a good time to make a new record. And one of the things Leroy did on this record, which the first record sounded a little more Americana. We had like a lot of mandolin, slide guitar, harmonica, stuff like that. He was like, bring your Les Paul out to Los Angeles, and we'll not that it was heavier, but it was more like, I would say, straight rock record. There are some acoustic elements. My first album was almost entirely acoustic. We did have electric guitars, of course, but for this record, I really dug into the meat, and it's like, I play electric now live, so it's just that was the thing about One More Time. It was had a little more edge than the first record. Though some people like the first record better, and some people like the second record better. It just, you're never gonna please everybody, but it's cool. It's cool. I like it. I like it like that.
What can fans expect from the upcoming Come On and Love Me tour?
Well, we're gonna be doing some Texas stuff, so that's on the agenda. We're still working the details out on that, but I've already got word that that's about to go down. And the plan is to go back to California in mid-July and record a few tracks and maybe do a couple of shows while I'm out there. So I might be doing something in Los Angeles, Santa Barbara. So, and then the tour continues, you know, in the fall, we'll be doing some other stuff. We'll be announcing more stuff. So, you know, and then the big one will be next year. This is the plan for next year. Me and Jimmy Wilden are going to circle the United States we're going to go west to east or east to west, whichever way we decide to start out with first.
You've played a lot of venues. What are some of your favorites?
There's a number of them. You know, in Dallas they have a cool little coffee shop called the Opening Bell. I really like playing there. I played the Viper Room in Los Angeles, and that was a cool deal. Also, Lestat's in San Diego was a cool one. Then Central Room in Seattle. That was where like Nirvana got their start, Alice in Chains, bands like that, and I was happy to play there. It's I think it's actually a landmark if I'm not mistaken. And then like in New York City, I love playing the L Room, and it's in Tribeca, and the people there were just absolutely amazing. Those are some of my favorite venues. And in Austin, it used to be Momo's when they had Momo's, but it's not there anymore. But I used to love playing that venue when it was around. A lot of the places in Austin are closing or moving, but we still have some good friends down there, and you know, I'm playing a show there next week, so we, you know, that's where I like. And you know, I won't forget to mention Eddie's Attic in Atlanta and Decatur in the Atlanta area. That's a cool place. And my boys out in Morrisville, North Carolina. You know, there's a bathtub gin, and I did a couple other venues that led to a couple other things. So those are some of my favorite places to play.
What are your plans after your upcoming tour?
Well, you know, we don't have any big plans just yet, but we kind of just mapped out an idea. In 2006, when me and Jimmy went on tour, we went west, and then we went to I think we made it as far as Wisconsin, yeah, and then we came back down to Texas. But we plan to cover a lot of places. I mean, I don't know what exactly it's going to be, you know, and you know, with Lady Lake involved, you know, it could be like one big circle, or it could be going up and down and side, and you know, it's just, you know, it's a pretty ambitious plan, but with us two together doing it, I mean, there's not a person I'd rather do it with than, you know, than Jimmy.
David, where's the best place for fans to check out your music?
I would say most likely Reverb Nation. My website, David Martinez Music, is on there, and it has the updated dates that I have on there. But I'm still I'm about to revamp that whole thing. But Reverb Nation is the best one to stay on top. But also, you know, Facebook is also great, and so is Twitter. So for the most part, all social media, including most of all Reverb Nation.
Did you have any final thoughts for everyone watching before we go?
Well, you know, I just want to keep the music going. I mean, I'm hoping to record some songs, and my plan is, you know, one of my final things is I'm going to record a few tracks next month, and I also what I want to do in the fall is record a few more tracks, and I want to release a series of EPs, but I don't want it all to be the same. I want it to be kind of like different things of what I'm doing. So I'm writing and, you know, getting things going like that.